So today we're actually looking into this case of how the Republican Party or Donald Trump's administration has just turned its back on everyone. I mean, on both sides, everyone was just waiting for that Epstein list. That Epstein list is not only an American thing that people are actually waiting for, it's also it's international. Like I've trust me, I will tell you for a fact. The part Trump said that he's going to expose the Epstein list, it kind of swayed me a little bit. You understand? I'm normally center, but it kind of swayed me a little bit. Well, the reason why I'm center is because, well, number one, I don't live in America, and on top of that, it's kind of occurred to me that for the time being that I've been alive, pretty much all the presidents that America has had, be it Republican, be it Democrat, all of them pretty much have done the same thing. The only time I've seemed to have found or pretty much lean onto a candidate in America has been Bernie Sanders. That's here nor there. So, you know what? So we're here for this. And this is the part where I'm sorry to say this, but it's disappointing. It's bloody disappointing.
Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. Donald Trump's administration is facing a full rebellion from the MAGA faithful, the most diehards, the people that spend all day online talking about Donald Trump. Some of the president's most strident supporters are furious at his Department of Justice after concluded there would be no further disclosures of Jeffrey Epstein-related documents, and that, basically, everyone should just drop it and move on.
Really? Dude, that's the worst thing you can ever, that's the worst thing you can, I think that it happens that there's people in the Trump's administration camp that actually are implicated. I think also he himself is also kind of implicated. I wouldn't say kinda, but the evidence is a bit too overwhelming that he could be in there. A good example. So here's a crazy thing that I actually witnessed. I went on X and I searched Trump. So I get the results, people, Donald Trump. Then on this area here, view all, there's a guy called Morgan J. Freeman. And he has like a whole photos of where Jeffrey Epstein and Trump were basically just together, causing up to each other, as well as the Jeffrey Epstein's wife. That's Ghislaine Maxwell, yeah? So you can see this is nuts. Yeah, and on top of that, I think both of them were basically were all based in New York for a very long time. Kind of makes this whole situation a bit, how can I put this? Interesting. This girl was definitely in that list. Because, I mean, I would say a good example is how P. Diddy, had a lot of videotapes. And I wouldn't throw it past Jeffrey Epstein, considering apparently in the island there was a lot of camera. So there's a lot of footage which was actually taken by the FBI as evidence. From how I'm looking at it, I would say there is a ton of footage here. I think the reason why this thing is not being outed, or this list, or even the footage or some of the evidence is not being presented, is because it might actually crush the market if people end up finding out who was in there, and might end up making America, well, it might crush a lot of people's faith in the country when you realize pretty much everyone you revered or all your powerful people could be in there. At least people from other countries already know they're powerful people as shit. America is very big on hero worship, and I think maybe it started from, I don't know, wrestling days or something like that. Not sure, I'm just assuming. Anyway, let's continue.
This comes after his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, basically spent months hyping some sort of big reveal from the Department of Justice. Epstein, of course, the disgraced New York financier who died in federal custody back in 2019 while facing child sex trafficking charges related to what prosecutors says was a years-long scheme to abuse young women. A new memo from the DOJ reiterates the department's position that Epstein was not murdered, noting, quote, after a thorough investigation, FBI investigators concluded that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in his cell. They even released nearly 11 hours of security camera footage from outside Epstein's cell that night of his.
Wait a minute. 11:58 a.m. to 12 p.m. Where's that? Those 2 minutes. Someone can enter here and do some crazy things. That's enough. Just enter, quick, or even poison.
Death. Although that will likely do little to quell the ongoing conspiracies, especially considering the video is missing an entire minute. The DOJ attributes that to a long-standing glitch with the system.
Yeah, long-standing glitch. Nope. Not buying it, not buying it, not buying it at all.
Despite all the Epstein didn't kill himself memes and the never-ending, increasingly baroque conspiracies, the MAGA faithful...
It's not conspiracy. Like, it's becoming a situation where right now it seems, considering the longer I live, the more I'm starting to realize that a lot of conspiracy theorists, people like Alex Jones, I think he's gonna be part. I mean, it's MSNBC. I'm a foreigner and I know MSNBC will never, especially when it comes to conspiracy theories, they will never miss a chance to actually throw in Alex Jones in that mix. Even CNN as well. They have that habit. So I know for a fact that a lot of conspiracy theories, I think at a certain time, I think somewhere around 2015, I was watching, I don't know if it's Alex Jones or someone else, and they were talking about how the establishment could throw in like a virus to usher in like a new global order. And right now, having gone through the COVID situation, and then on top of that, me interacting with people socially and seeing how people are so different and how the economic situation is so different compared to before COVID, I'm starting to realize
are really mad about this part of the memo. Quoting it here. A systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. There was no credible evidence found.
Then what are you harping on about? You can't tell me. This is gaslighting. You can't tell me Pam Bondi doesn't know what a list looks like. Or like, oh, dude, this is not a list. This is a document. You can't say, where's the list with the names? You say list. Everyone internationally wants a list.
That Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions. We did not uncover.
Diddy's doing that too, so we know that. And we know Diddy's tapes are there. So you can't tell me Epstein doesn't have them as well.
Cover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Now, that claim that there was no shadowy client list, ostensibly containing evidence that Epstein was secretly blackmailing political and financial and Hollywood elites, certainly seemed to contradict what Trump's own attorney general said on television back in February.
One of the things that you alluded to, and this is something Donald Trump has talked about, the DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that.
Nah. That question was clear. Client list.
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. She did just say that, right? We just heard her correct. Now her Department of Justice says no such list exists. But again, this wasn't just Pam Bondi misspeaking or speaking in...
There's no misspeaking there. It's absolute, like, the excuse is absolute trash. What they're trying to do here is they're trying to gaslight people. And I'm actually surprised, because normally in such kind of situations, they normally, I don't know, maybe start a war or do some shit to distract, some big shit happens to distract everyone from this case. But no, we want this, man. Nothing they're gonna do to distract me from this situation. I am locked in.
Ambiguously one-off remark. I mean, seriously, 4 months, this has been a drumbeat. She's promised some sort of big revelation from the documents. I mean, do you remember this? Back in February, the White House even held this big event with right-wing influencers sharing a bunch of what turned out to be previously reported in the public domain information. They had repackaged into a bunch of fancy binders, which they handed out to people. And so when the DOJ comes back basically yesterday and says, you know what? Looked at it and turns out nothing to see here. Well, now that same right-wing media ecosystem is absolutely fuming.
The whole thing that this tape shows he didn't kill himself is like a joke. But worse than that, it's a joke that we all get. Like, they're not fooling anybody. So I feel like we're at a dangerous point now.
Dude, Tucker Carlson has become more of a journalist of late compared to when he was at Fox. This man is just a joy to actually see. He's just a joy to see. I never thought I would actually watch Tucker Carlson's reporting or interview than actually I've watched hours and hours of this guy interviewing and also his reports. I never did that before. Clearly, being independent is the way to go.
We all get. Like, they're not fooling.
Especially when it comes to reporting and journalism. This is insane. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get to a point whereby it kind of grows the head of a snake and starts eating or starts doing the same things that most of these media houses are actually doing to try and sway the zeitgeist or what people should believe into what it is that it wants. But I know that's there, but again, good thing about the algorithm is, especially with the AI situation, it might have a mind of its own, which is actually good and also bad in a way. But that's another topic for another day. So now let's continue.
So I feel like we're at a dangerous point now.
Being part of the cover-up, the administration has become part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just you can't.
They were part of the system. Like, dude, these guys have been part of the system ever since. I'm starting to believe even the whole changing from, he was a Democrat before, Trump was a Democrat before, and he became a Republican. I just think it was just a case where, by considering his age, he kind of realized I might be a better fit on that side. Because on this other side, on the Democrat side, at the age of 70, when Democrats already had screwed Bernie out of it, saying he's old and he's a socialist, there's also the other part whereby it was full of young liberal people who were at that point there was a hashtag okay boomer. So at that point I don't think it would have actually worked. So I think he's been part of the system all through and through, man.
Cannot see it any other way. So I just got to the office. I'm going to go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now. My mouth is watering right now. It's because I have integrity. Go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now. This only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now. My mouth is watering right now. It's because I have integrity. I just really need the Trump administration to succeed and to save this country. And they're doing so much good. And then for them to do something like this tears my guts out.
Yeah. Again, for me, I say it's the whole wrestling situation. Like, America is very big on hero worship. And the truth is, there's no heroes in this island. Someone coming from Africa, I can say for a fact, like, please, like, welcome. Please embrace shitty leaders on both sides. We sometimes even have like shitty leaders on so many parties which run for election. And so they all display their shittiness all throughout the whole administration or the whole period of time. And eventually, guess what? They will shift. Someone will say, hey, I can do it better. You get? And we believe they can do it better, but you don't know what they can do it better. And then later on, once you choose the person and they get in, and then you find out, you mean the bad shit or the bad things. You can actually do better. So I think the system works exactly how it's intended to work at this point. It's not supposed to serve anybody other than the establishment. You know what's the really, really messed up thing I've come to realize is, even if you seated there, me seated here, that we crave change and we decide, hey, let me enter the system. See if I can stoke some embers of change, or I can actually fuel some change and bring things and make things better for everyone else and better for the public. I don't know what it is. But shit just goes left and you become a shell of yourself. End up becoming a corrupt person. I don't know. I think once you become a politician, something visits you at night and does things to you. That's my assumption. It's a bit messed up, but I'm kind of sticking with it. because it doesn't make sense. I've seen so many innocent, good souls enter politics, and they never are the same. It's almost like people who go to prison or people who get lost at sea. It's like a situation where they see things which they can't believe. And sometimes I've talked to someone who became a politician a long time ago. They explained to me that sometimes you seeing how dumb the people who actually in control are makes you scared for your own self and family. And self-preservation kicks in. And once self-preservation kicks in, what happens is corruption takes root. And then you realize later on when you're older that pretty much everyone had the same experience. That's what they explained to me. I didn't have a rebuttal, but I kind of felt like, you know what, at the end of the day, maybe it was his way of escaping accountability. But I don't know. I think you can't do much. It's both aisles are part of this rotten
Do
system.
you see what you've done, Pam Bondi? You have made Alex Jones cry.
Anyway, so that's as much as I can actually cover, and I do not want to continue this video. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe as you're on your way out.